Hello and welcome to part 2 of going over every single doll released in the 2024 W Club year. So I wanted to start off by saying that the last video had a really positive response, so I'm glad you all enjoyed it. It took me a while to put it all together, and I'm not perfect, so I actually left out a doll on part 1. I fully left out Super Sweet Masaki, like one of the Masakis. So we're going to be starting this video with that. But also I wanted to say, if this is the first video you're saying, if this is the first video you are seeing, I am going through every single doll released in the 2024 Integrity Toys W Club year. And I'm just like going through every doll, giving a little spiel like about my thoughts on the doll, whether I got the doll or not, and also talking about like how the doll was, what's the word? How you could obtain the doll. So it's kind of like a fun look back on the year. It also can be fun for new collectors to see like how releases kind of work throughout the year and everything like that. This is something I did for the 2023 year, and I'm now doing for the 2024 year. I'm sure I will do for 2025 as well. But yeah, so I think that's kind of everything to go over. So we are going to jump in. We are going to start with Super Sweet Masaki, and then we're going to go straight into the convention dolls and follow it out till we finish all the dolls of the 2024 club year. Okay, so like I said, we are starting off with Super Sweet Masaki. This Masaki, in my opinion, was kind of the worst Masaki released this year. This is why I completely forgot about her. She just doesn't stand out in a positive way to me. Anyways, she was a kind of the same as the others. There was a limited amount of her available for the W Club, but she was mainly sold from A-Zone Japan. She's from the FR Nippon line, which again is a Japan exclusive line. She has the Masaki sculpt, the Masaki body type, and her hair color was golden blonde. So my problem with this doll is silhouette-wise, I think she's really cute. I love the style of the dress. I think the bow is cute. I like the shoes. But my problem is the colors and the patterns going on here. It's just giving like JoJo Siwa kindergartner, like primary color all over the place. It's just, I just was not a fan. I did not like this. Like in pastel, maybe it could have come across as cuter. I don't know, but it's just giving like very primary school, very childlike, but like not in like a cutesy way, just as in a, I don't know. It just didn't read fun to me. So like I said, this was my least favorite Masaki released. Honestly, this might be my least favorite doll released this entire year. It was just really underwhelming because Masaki has some really fun, cute designs typically. I just wasn't excited by this one. But anyways, now we're caught up with part 1. Let's get into the convention dolls. All right, so we are starting off with the welcome doll. And I mentioned this in my first video, but I kind of group the dolls by what makes sense as best as I can. So we're going to be going in groupings. We're starting off with our welcome doll. So this was Cryptic Cases Imogen Lennox, who played the character Donna Drake. And she was a gift set, I believe is the word. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's welcome doll gift set. She is really interesting. So when we first got to the convention, we were given this first image you see on the left of Donna Drake in just her underwear. And then as the events went on, we were given the purple outfit, and then we saw the black outfit. Again, she is from Stilettos Out Convention. She was the welcome doll. She is from the New Fantasy line. So Imogen Lennox is a New Face character, but this specific release is a New Fantasy. She has the Imogen sculpt. She has the body type New Face 3.0, and that is the New Face body with the new updated bust sculpt. She is the first doll that we had in hand with that sculpt. The other dolls with that sculpt are the Kumi and Yuri, who we will see later in this video. But this was the first time we saw in person the sculpt. She has the Hungarian skin tone, and her hair color is dark espresso. So I remember getting to the convention. I was really excited seeing this Imogen. At first, I heard it was Imogen because I went to the convention. I arrived on the first day, but some people arrived a day early and got their welcome packet the day before. So I knew we were getting Imogen, and I was really excited because I'd already seen baby blue Imogen, the club doll. And I was like, oh my gosh, another Imogen. But the screening on this Imogen just doesn't compare to baby blue Imogen. I talked about it when I reviewed this doll pretty recently. And she's pretty. I really love the purple makeup. I love the hair. I think the Hungarian skin tone is very pretty. But I just don't love this screening in particular. I'm still thinking one day I'll get this doll repainted, just because, I don't know, I just want it to look more similar to Baby Blue. So maybe that's something that I'll do one day. But for right now, she's cute enough. Then she had her two outfits, the purple outfit and the black outfit. As you can see, I have a yellow star on the black outfit because I did keep that outfit. I thought this outfit was really cool, but what's so upsetting is that it doesn't fit properly. It does still come with these really cool shoes, so like there's that. And it came with like the iPad, which was really nice, or the iPair, I believe, or the IT pad. I forgot what the actual name for the iPad was, but yeah, it was really nice, and it was my favorite of her two outfits, but it's just so sad it doesn't fit properly. And then the purple outfit was an outfit I actually ended up selling through the W Club forums just because I knew it wasn't something I was going to use. I like the accessories. I like the shoes. The bag is fun. The glasses are fun. But like the tie-dye wrap dress just wasn't for me. So I did sell that. But yeah, she was a really fun welcome doll. It was cool getting different pieces throughout the convention. Even though we didn't get it in hand, we were like told at each event, oh, here's another part of that gift set. So I did enjoy that. But yeah, she was a fun start to the convention. Okay, so now we are moving into the convention collection. So with the convention, there's this sales room that you go into, and this has a bunch of the different lines of Integrity Toys represented, but all being sold as the convention collection. And that's what this is. We were sent most of these names early, as far as like, we knew we were going to have Lethal Rose Vanessa. We didn't get any photos of her, but we knew there was going to be a Vanessa and her name was Lethal Rose. We knew Alejandra Luna and her name was La Sombra, but still no photos. But these are those dolls. So we have, representing the Fashion Royalty line, we have Lethal Rose Vanessa Perrin. She has the Vanessa 1.0 face sculpt. She has the FR 6.0 face sculpt, body sculpt, the Sunkissed skin tone, and espresso brown brunette hair. I love the fashion of this doll so much. She is like perfect Bond villain. She has so many accessories. Her shoes are like these lace-up shoes with roses on them. She has those opera glasses, the mesh gloves, which were a pain to put on, but so beautiful. Like, and then the dress is like a tuxedo around this like mesh dress, and the choker shines very beautiful in person, and I love the hairstyle they did on her. Like, this doll is so immaculate, but for me, I have a hard time with the older screening that they decided to use. Jessie was the one who designed this Vanessa. I love Jessie's modern screenings, but the older screenings for me are so much, I don't know, they just represent a different era of Integrity Toys, and I've really come in the modern era, I would say, and I love the modern screenings, but some of the older screenings just don't hit with me. And this one, I think she's actually really pretty, but I can't stop focusing on the older screening. So she's a beautiful doll, but she's one I might get updated in the future maybe. But also, I kind of like that she has a slight vintagey feel to her. I don't know. I really go back and forth with this doll. No matter what, I love her. I just don't know if I'm going to keep her the way she is or possibly change up her, like, get something painted a little different in the future. Either way, even if I did get her repainted, I'd want to keep the bold red lip. I'd want to keep those, like, green hazelish eyes. Like, I'd want to keep the color story going on. It's just maybe make it match a more modern Vanessa screening. Unsure, but she's a very beautiful doll. And again, like I've been talking about my Vanessa, you can tell from the yellow star at the bottom that I did decided to keep her. She's a really great doll, and yeah, I really like her. Okay, so the next doll is Returno alla Vida Elise Jolie, and she was a Stilettos Out col- uh, convention collection exclusive, or con. She was like a. We weren't told about this doll before the convention happened, but she was a sales room exclusive. That's the word I was looking for. So she was still part of the convention collection, but she was considered a sales room exclusive. She is from the Fashion Royalty line, which also interesting that she's not part of the new fantasy line because it's Elise, but she's meant to be this character. I believe it was like Elisa or Elisa Bianchi. She was a character in the story similar to Imogen, and Imogen is new fantasy, but she's listed as fashion royalty. I may have written that wrong, actually. Maybe she is new fantasy, but she has the Elise Jolie sculpt. She has the FR 6.0 body sculpt. Her skin tone is cream, and her hair color is sandy blonde mix. This doll is actually very, like, I love the outfit. I almost got this doll. You can tell, no star, I did not get this outfit. I almost got this doll at the convention. Originally, I was going to, but I just don't love the Elise face sculpt. But I was really blown away by the beautiful, like, watercolor train she has. And I love all the whites and blues going on. It's very nice, but just the Elise face sculpt is just not for me. There hasn't been an Elise that I'm like, oh my gosh, I want that in my collection. Maybe one day, because a good screening can really transform a doll, but so far, I've been okay not having her represented in my collection, but she did seem to be pretty popular. Okay, so now we are on to La Sombra Alejandra Luna. She was part of the Stilettos Out convention collection. She is from the New Face line. Her sculpt is Alejandra Luna. Her body type is New Face 3.0. Her skin tone is blush, and her hair color is lunar lavender. So, this is what was considered by many to be the most daring doll of the entire convention. I already knew before I even saw this doll. When I found out Alejandra Luna was going to be in the convention collection, because as I mentioned earlier, we were sent like a packet with a couple of the dolls' names. When I saw Alejandra Luna, I was like, it doesn't matter how she looks. I knew I was going to get her. I had to. And I will be completely honest, this is not at all what I was expecting when I read La Sombra Alejandra Luna. She was totally different than what I was expecting. I was expecting something more in line with like how Lethal Rose was designed, honestly. So she is very, I don't know, very cool. She's just so different and daring. I just love how bold she is. She doesn't actually match up with kind of how my collection and stuff, but she's Alejandra Luna, so I make an exception. I love the fantasy hair. I think the new screening is fun. It's fun to see a new screening on Alejandra. I love her original screening, like, a lot. But it's still fun to see a new screening that still looks great on her. The outfit is very sexy, very interesting. I've seen some people consider this doll to now already be kind of grail status. A lot of people were interested in obtaining her. A lot of people were also shocked. I remember when I went around the sales room, people were just like, oh, when they would see her. Some good, some bad. Yeah, I think she's absolutely incredible. I love her. I do own her. She is currently on display in my room. Yeah, I love this Alejandra. It's so different. I think I want to actually start trying to like redress her, possibly. I haven't removed her from this jacket yet just because she looks so good in it. But I think it'd be kind of fun, like with this dark makeup and like fantasy colored hair. Also, what's kind of cool is we're going to get to them later, but the theme of the Style Lab was like this heist group, and she's technically connected to the heist group. So I thought that was pretty interesting story-wise. But yeah, wonderful doll, really cool, very surprising, and I'm really happy I get to have her. All right, so now it is time for the poppies of the convention collection. First up, we have Swiss Misbehaved Poppy Parker. She's from the Poppy Parker line, the Poppy Parker sculpt. Body type is Poppy 1.5. Her skin tone was Japan, and her hair color is silver blonde. So, when I first saw this doll, I think the best way to say it was just whelmed. She's cute, she's fine, but I was like, a little shocked. Like, I just expected a little more from convention poppies. I think some of the past convention poppies that I've seen have been like really incredible dolls. And the other poppy, I think, definitely fits into that category. But this one, she just felt like she was fine. She was just fine. Some people did really like her. I did love how shiny her fabric was in person. That was really nice. But for me, she was just like, oh, cute, move on. But I'm really excited to talk about the next poppy. So here is probably what was my favorite poppy of the convention. This is Gold Season Poppy Parker. She is from Poppy Parker line, Sculpt Poppy Parker, body type is Poppy 1.5. Her skin tone is FR black, and her hair color is a dark brown mix. So, this poppy in photos, I don't think really represents how beautiful this poppy is. In person, she was incredible. Such a beautiful doll. It was like there's like micro sequins like in her jacket making her sparkle extra, and then the dress she's wearing also is really beautiful, and the fur. She's a really pretty, beautiful poppy. And then I also love her purse that has the little P on it with the little rhinestones. So cute. I do think I'm not a huge fan of the color of her lips. I'm sure that's like a popular lip shade reflected in the era that Poppy represents. But I've seen a couple people repaint her lips to be like a more red or like a more complementary color to her skin tone, and it is beautiful. Like, I've seen like some deep red, some like red with like gold flecks in it. I've seen as I said, a lot of people have repainted the lips on this doll, and she is so beautiful repainted with different lip color. I did end up passing on this poppy. I came very close to getting her. She is really pretty, but I was reaching my max with dolls. So yeah, very beautiful doll. All right, the next doll is Raven Tate Tanaka. Again, we're still in the Stilettos Out convention collection. He was from the True line, so the industry / Tulabelle True line. The sculpt is Tate Tanaka. The body type is a Home 1.5. Skin tone is cream, and hair color is fire red. So, the overall idea of this doll, I absolutely love. My problem right away, especially the one that they had, the prototype they had displayed in the sales room, was this Tate has a huge forehead. Like, he has a lot of forehead, and his hair was kind of sticking up, which made it even more prominent. So, I was immediately like, yeah, I'm going to pass. But I will admit, I think the red hair is very fun. I love this outfit. The way it sparkled in person was incredible. He's definitely giving K-pop star vibes. He's super fun. But yeah, just with the forehead, it wasn't for me. And also, I'm still kind of waiting to see how I feel about boy dolls. So for all the boy dolls for the convention, I did end up passing on all the boy dolls because I actually did purchase this Tate, but I traded him to get Monsieur Thiago, who was like one of my Grail dolls. And that Thiago is going to help me determine if I'm going to collect any more boy dolls or not. He might be the only boy doll I ever owned. We'll see. That's a whole future situation. But yeah, so I am appreciative to this Tate for helping me obtain that Thiago. But from here and all the rest of the boys in this video, I just passed on them. Okay, so now we are on to the East 59th doll of the convention collection. And here we have Agent Sugar North Constance Madsen. She, again, sculpt Constance Madsen. Body type is the East 59th 1.0 body. Her skin tone is Japan, and her hair color is honey blonde. So this doll, immediately, I was so shocked by. When I first came to the convention, I was like, okay, I'm not going to be getting any East 59th. I'm basically just showing up. I'm not getting Poppy. I'm not getting East 59th. I'm not getting Tulabelle. I was showing up for Fashion Royalty and New Face. I ended up being completely wrong because I broke that rule for a bunch of dolls, which we'll get into. But this doll, I was so, like, blown away by. Not much the doll, if I'm being honest. I'm not a huge fan of Constance Madsen. But the fashion for Agent Sugar North is incredible. And she came with so many pieces that just made her price completely worth it to me. She had the glove, she had the gun, she had this cigarette ring, she had a clutch, and this dress was with this brocade fabric that was just so beautiful, and the silver shimmers, and then she has the little capelet like fur. What a beautiful doll. So beautiful. So yeah, I definitely bought this doll, but as you can see, I have a half star there. And that is because I am only keeping half of the doll. I'm keeping the fashion, but I'm actually going to sell or trade this doll. I'm just, I don't feel the need to have the East 59th dolls. I haven't had one that I felt like I want to keep in my collection. So I've kind of just been robbing them of their fashions because their fashions are not exactly a perfect fit on other doll lines, but they, depending on the style of the fashion and what it is, it can fit the other doll lines. Like, I have this fashion on a New Face doll, then I have an East 59th fashion on a Poppy, I have East 59th fashion on a FR character. So it can fit other dolls. It just depends on how it looks and if you're okay with it. But yeah, I did rob Miss Constance of her fashion, but I love this fashion so much. But yeah, that's why this one has a half star. Okay, so now I'm going to touch on the last two sales room exclusives. The first is a Crack the Code accessory pack for Poppy Parker, and it's meant for the Poppy 1.5 body. This was announced at the Poppy Parker luncheon. We had two sales room exclusives announced, and this was the most limited item of the convention. I was really shocked. I don't know. Maybe shocked's not the right word, but I was surprised. I wasn't aware that we were going to be getting two sales room exclusives. So they were like, all right, we're going to announce these and we're going to give out the codes and there's only so many you can buy. And I was a little nervous when they kind of announced that because they told us they were exclusive small amounts before it was revealed. We were at the Poppy Parker luncheon, so I wasn't too worried, but I was like, if it's really good, I'm going to want it. But they revealed Crack the Code, and I did not even attempt to go for this fashion pack. It wasn't something I felt I needed in my collection, but I do think it's cute. I love that they have it modeled on the après-ski Poppy Parker, the like convention pre-order doll. Yeah, it's cute enough, but I didn't feel the need to like have it. It's very all black. I could see some like fun photo shoots with it and stuff like that, but yeah, I didn't feel the need to have it. But the next sales room exclusive was a home run. Okay, so here was the last sales room exclusive, and here we have Dead Drop Gorgeous Tulabelle True. She's part of the True line. The sculpt is Tulabelle 2.0. The body type is the Industry 1.0. Her skin tone is Hungarian, and her hair color is light blonde. So when this doll was announced, I was really shocked because before this convention, I was not a fan of Tulabelle. I was like, she's fine, but again, didn't feel like, oh, I need to have her. But I saw the photos and I was like, okay, she's actually kind of beautiful. And then you could go downstairs and see the prototype in person. I was like, wow, she's really cute. But there were only 500 of this Tulabelle made, making her the most limited doll. Not the most limited item. There was less of the Poppy fashion pack, but this was still the most limited doll of the entire convention. And I was like, okay, I think I want her, but I don't want to like commit to the purchase yet. So I actually put her in my cart. I just left her there. And then later that night, I checked out and she was still available and I ended up getting her, which I was a little shocked by. I was like, oh, wow, she didn't sell out. That's great. I ended up getting her and she's kind of turned into one of my favorite dolls in my entire collection. And she's just like, yes, obviously she's really giving Barbie here, but there's just something about this face and person. This baby doll dress is so cute. I've also have a second outfit I've been putting her in, which is the bubble up fashion. We'll go over that later in the same presentation. But yeah, I love this doll. She is just so cute. And she's like a little angsty. And I don't know. I love her. She's just giving me like city it girl vibes. She's absolutely amazing. But what really shocked me is on our second chance day to purchase dolls, this Tulabelle was still available. Like, I was completely shocked that she didn't sell out. at the convention before the convention was over. But then she didn't even sell out after the second chance purchases, and she ended up going to the lottery, which is great because people were able to enter to the lottery for her and win her through the lottery for after the leftovers. But I was so shocked that she didn't sell out within the time of the convention. Like, that was really shocking to me, considering she was the most limited doll, and I thought she was really pretty. But yeah, I guess that just shows, everybody has different tastes, and again, that's a great thing, but I'm very happy to have her in my collection. So I may have been a little misleading when I said that Tula Belle was the most limited doll of the convention, because technically that title is held by this doll here. This was a doll that was given out for the face painting workshop, which was Muse, a face paint workshop by Ahmet. And I wanted to go to this workshop so bad, but it sold out so quickly that I didn't even get a chance to do it. I was so sad that I missed out on it. But maybe if there's future conventions in the future and there's new face paint workshops, hopefully I'll be able to get into them then. But here we have, this is technically, I guess she would be from the East 59th line, because it is a Victoire 2.0 sculpt. So it's a Victoire Rue. She has an FR body, which is really nice. A lot of people aren't fans of the East 59th body. So to see the East 59th head on the FR body, a lot of people were happy about that. She's in the skin tone Japan, and her hair color is a cool light brown. And this doll is really, really, really beautiful. I've actually been able to see this doll in person. She wasn't at the convention, but I was able to meet up with Salvador, who, a lot of people in the community may know. And I was able to see his, and she is so beautiful. She's a really pretty doll, very neutral. I've seen a lot of different restylings and stuff with her. But yeah, technically she was the most limited doll of the convention. So now we are getting into our new face style lab. So for anyone who doesn't quite understand what a style lab is a selection of dolls that are basically made to mix and match. So there are nude dolls, and there were 7 nude dolls, and then 7 fashions, and you could mix and match them however you wanted. It's just for every doll you had to get a fashion. And so it's like a fun mix and match situation. And then there's hidden little compartments to every doll. So every number 1 Lucas nude doll came with a piece of a Build-A-Doll fashion, and every fashion came with a piece of the Build-A-Doll doll. And you could put it all together to create the 8th doll of the Style Lab, which was a Build-A-Doll. So we're going to go through them by their numbers. Up first, we have number 1, Lucas Maverick, the Gentleman Thief. And he is on the Lucas face sculpt. His body is the Home 1.5. His skin tone is Hungarian, and his hair color was flocked silver. First thing I'll say is his hair definitely came off more of kind of like a minty color, which how it looks here in these photos is pretty accurate to how it looked in person. It has more of a minty vibe to it, but he was pretty cool. I loved his fashion. I thought about getting it, but I was like we discussed earlier, I don't know if I'm going to be keeping boy dolls in my collection. So I ended up deciding, I was like, you know what? We're not going to worry about it. It's fine. I'll let it pass. And I ended up helping a friend actually get both of the boys from this style lab, who they really like boys, so that was great. But yeah, I passed on them just for the fact that I was like, I don't need to add boys to my collection right now because I had Thiago coming. So yeah, it was passed for that reason. But I do think his fashion is incredible. I love seeing this fun male fashion. It was incredible, amazing, and I think Lucas has a really cute face. But yeah, that's it for number 1. All right, so now we are on to number 2, Aaron Sulston with the Precious Gems fashion. Again, the Aaron 2.0 face sculpt. We have the body type new face 3.0. Her skin tone is Japan, and her hair color is honey ginger. So for this one, you see a yellow star on the doll, not the fashion, and that's exactly because I did get the doll. I passed on the fashion. I thought the fashion was kind of fun, but I just couldn't get behind the print. I get it. It's really cool. It really gives Moschino vibes, but it's just, it wasn't for me. But this Erin was so beautiful. Like, I don't think these photos here really give her justice at all. Like, honestly, her hair looks a little wild in this photo, but in person, she's so pretty, and her makeup is so, like, classic beauty. If you watched my review, I actually dressed this Erin in the Build-A-Doll fashion, but then later I dressed her in the Agent Sugar North Constance Madsen fashion from the convention collection, and that is still what she is in. I love her in that fashion. She's a stunning, beautiful Erin. I really love her, and I'm really happy to have her in my collection. All right, so here we are on number 3, Naja Rhine's Diamond Deception. So she is the Naja 2.0 face sculpt. Her body type is New Face 3.0. Her skin tone is Nubian, and her hair color is flocked black. So here, I did not get the fashion, backwards. I did not get the doll, but I did get the fashion. This fashion, I knew exactly who it was going on to immediately. I wanted it for the Ayumi so bad. And then we had the Naja. With me stealing her fashion, I wasn't sure. Like, I was trying to think of a way to dress her, and nothing was coming to mind with what I had in my, like, collection at the time. But I also had a friend who was interested in this Naja, so I was like, easy enough. So I sold the Naja to a friend, and I took the fashion. I do think she's really beautiful, but also I already had a Naja on the way, because you guys may have seen it if you watched my the re-ranking of Stilettos Out after I'd unboxed all the dolls. I actually got printed pink Naja. So I had a Naja on the way, so I was like, I didn't feel the, like, animalistic urge to, like, get this Naja right away. I was like, I don't know how I want to design her. I have a friend who is interested in her, and I have a Naja coming my way, so I felt okay with parting with this Naja. But she is really beautiful, but I was obsessed with this fashion. I think this fashion was the best fashion from the entire Style Lab. It's so good. It's so sexy. I love the fur. It's so fun. Yeah, incredible. Still love this fashion to today. Yeah, absolutely amazing. All right, so now we are on to number 4, Colette Duringer Wild Rush fashion. She is the Colette 1.0 face sculpt. Her body type is New Face 3.0. Her skin tone is sun-kissed. Her hair color is sandy blonde. So, looking at this doll, I was honestly right away disappointed because I saw Colette was there. I got a little excited because I was hoping to see Colette in the Style Lab, but I really wanted the Colette 1.5 sculpt. So when I realized it was 1.0, I was a little disappointed. I know a lot of people actually really loved seeing this Colette 1.0 in there. Like, I heard a lot of people excited about it. But for me, she's just a little too cartoony for me. Like, that's it. Like, she's just giving a little too animated. And the 1.5 sculpt is so good, you guys, to me. I really like it. So maybe I can get that in the future. But yeah, I did pass on this this Colette. And then the fashion, you guys, I cannot express to you how close I was to keeping this fashion. I ended up selling it to a friend. Like, I bought the entire Style Lab and kind of split it up with 2 friends. I came so close to keeping this fashion because it really gives me, like, I know obviously the vibes is giving like Cowboy Carter, Beyonce, but just looking at the fashion and going back, it took me back to my childhood, and I was really seeing Trish Stratus from WWE. I grew up watching WWE, and it was just giving so much Trish, and I was like, okay, if I got this fashion, I got a doll with like big 90s blonde hair, I could kind of have like a Trish doll. I ended up passing on it, which is totally okay, but I do still see the Trish fantasy, and I still do want to kind of do that, but yeah, it's a really well done fashion. Okay, so we've talked about my favorite fashion from the Style Lab. Now let's talk about my favorite doll from the Style Lab. Here we have number 5, Ayumi Nakamura, and the Inside Info fashion. So I made a video kind of predicting, like, just making some predictions about, like, oh, what we might see and stuff from the convention before I went. And I said in that video, my top 2 dolls that I want to see in the Style Lab are Ayumi and Dominique. And we didn't end up getting a Dominique, But we did get Ayumi, and I was so excited because not only did we get Ayumi, the character I wanted, this is such a beautiful, incredible release of Ayumi. She is so pretty. So we have the Ayumi 3.0 face sculpt. The body type is New Face 3.0. The skin tone is cream, and the hair color was auburn. So right away when I saw this Ayumi, I was like in love. I was just like, okay, she's a definite. Right away, number one doll that I want to get my hands on. And she has this beautiful, beautiful long brown hair. Her screening is really pretty. I'm pretty sure it was stated that she is meant to kind of be like a brunette version of the blonde Ayumi released in an heirloom collection, I believe was the name of the collection. It was like this kind of lingerie Ayumi where she had blonde hair. Hauntingly lovely. Very pretty Ayumi, but honestly, I love this Ayumi even more. She's just so pretty. And that purple eyeshadow, as soon as I saw it, I said, she's going in the Diamond Deception fashion. Absolutely. And that's exactly how I have her displayed even to today, and I love her in it so much. And then we have this fashion over here where she looks like she's kind of like the nerdy girl of the group. And I went back and forth with this fashion, actually. I didn't end up getting it originally, but then I thought about getting it in the second chance lottery. I didn't end up winning it, but I thought about getting it in the second chance, not lottery, but the second chance purchase day, because I don't like the headband, the glasses, the jacket, or the flower. But when you take all that away, the shoes, tights, the jewelry, the dress, and the purse, I really love those pieces, and I was thinking that I would use those pieces on my printed pink Naja that I was getting nude. So I really wanted to get my hands on this fashion. I didn't end up doing it, and I ended up making a new outfit for that Naja, so it all worked out in the end. But I ended up having like a switch on this fashion. So originally I didn't want it at all, but I was like, honestly, you peel those other pieces away, I do want it. But that's totally fine. I think this is a cute fashion. It's not really for me. I didn't like the color, kind of the primary colors going on with the jacket, and the flower was just a lot. But I do think that like really short dress underneath is really, really cute. But yeah, really cool set. Okay, so now we're on to number 6, which is Thiago Valente in the tech skills fashion. Obviously is the Thiago sculpt. His body type is a home 1.5. His skin tone is A-tone, and his hair color is dark brunette. So, oh, I realize I don't have the extra photo here of his fashion, but you can see it completely displayed there. He is a very, very beautiful Thiago. I know I heard a lot of people there say that they don't like the painted on facial hair. I think it actually looks pretty cool on Thiago here. Like, I don't have any complaints with it. I love the twisted hairstyle. That is something I've never seen from Integrity Toys. I believe this is the first time they've done something like that. He is a really cool doll. I wasn't in love with the fashion. It's just like not my style. I thought it was kind of like cool creatively, but not something I want represented in my collection. But I came close to thinking about Thiago, but again, like I said earlier, I had already secured the Thiago, Monsieur Thiago, which was a Grail doll for me, and I was like, I'm going to wait till I get that doll, see how I feel about boy dolls, blah, blah, blah. That whole spiel I've said multiple times. So I did pass on him because he's a boy doll. I don't know that I need more in my collection, but I could end up regretting it, but I still have like a Thiago now, so I'm not like brokenhearted about it. But yeah, I think he's a really cool doll, but the fashion just wasn't for me. All right, now we are on to number 7, Reina Amati in the Scope Out fashion. She has the Reina face sculpt. Her body type is New Face 3.0. Her skin tone is blush, and her hair color is platinum blonde. So this is the only doll from the Style Lab where I got the doll and the fashion. I really took advantage of that mix and matching with the Style Lab, which I really love. I'd love if we could get some more of that, like if it wasn't a convention exclusive thing. Like imagine we get just a mix and match like collection of dolls and fashions. I know it could be kind of complicated, possibly. I don't know how they would do it, but I think it'd be really cool. maybe like a pre-order situation, like a pre-order Style Lab exclusive to the W Club or something. I think that'd be really fun. But anyways, this is the only doll I got like shown as is, and I actually dressed her this exact way. I went back and forth on it because this fashion is really fun. It is so well designed. It's so 60s, really cool. It's like sexy, but also very professional and detective-y. I felt like she really was representing the theme of the convention, which I loved, but it's just not my like style and what's going on in my collection. But I did end up getting her. And then the doll herself, like even with the fashion, a lot of people said she was Poppy in disguise, or she was disguising herself as Poppy. That's what it was. And you can definitely see that. She really is pulling some Poppy looks here, which is so funny. So part of me wanted her already just because I thought that was funny. But then also, this is a really pretty Reina. I think she has some really fun eye color. You can see here this vibrant green and blue, which is really interesting. I've really started to like short hair on Integrity Toys dolls. I already like the long hair. Like, long hair is beautiful, but I've been really enjoying some of these shorter hair looks too. So this like blonde pixie on Reina is really pretty. So I do really like the doll. I think I'm going to start doing some restylings of her. I think that's something also I'll take to the channel, is like every once in a while, like just doing a video of some restylings and putting the dolls on display. But it's pretty fun, but I haven't like fully connected with the doll. But also I do remember with this fashion, I think it's going to be fun for restyling and stuff, but those earrings, I do not like those earrings. They just look like eyeballs to me. I remember when I opened her, I was just like, ugh, eyeball earrings. But I think it's really well designed, really cool, really fun. Yeah, and I'm really happy to have both in my collection. Now, finishing up the entire Style Lab, we have the 8th doll, the Build-A-Doll, which is Criminal Kitty Violine Perrin. So, I've talked about this in my Stilettos Out convention, but I was really surprised that Violine was the Build-A-Doll. Usually, they have a very sought-after character, and Violine is kind of a polarizing character. People either really like her or don't like her at all. I kind of like her, love her mermaid version. Like, that's one of my favorite dolls in my collection. But this Violine, I was not interested in at all. So as you can see, I don't have her. But this fashion is in the competition for one of the best fashions from the convention. I realize I've said that a couple times, like best fashion of the convention. But it really is so good. The moment I saw it, I was like, damn it, I'm going to have to go for the Build-A-Doll, because I wanted this outfit so bad. I love it. I do have it, as you see from the yellow star. So yeah, incredible fashion. Amazing. Oh yeah, but the specs are Vanessa 2.0 / Violine, because Violine is a character. Technically, she started as Vanessa 2.0. And then her body type is New Face 3.0. Her skin tone is Japan. And then her hair color, which is this really cool color, is Garnet Red. But yeah, pass on the doll, but love the outfit. So the next category of dolls we're going to be looking at are going to be the giveaway dolls. And first up, we have Eye Candy Victoire Rue. She's from the East 59th line. Her sculpt is the Victoire 2.0. Her body type is the East 59th 1.0. Her skin tone is Japan, and her hair color is platinum blonde. So this was the giveaway doll from the welcome dinner, and what a shocker. First off, like, this coming from East 59th is crazy. But second, even them doing East 59th as a giveaway doll was also really unexpected. But I am obsessed with this doll. If you watched my ranking of all the Stilettos Out dolls, I actually have a doll redressed in this, an Adele, and that is my favorite doll from the convention. I love this fashion so much. I think it is so fun, has so many small details to it, really beautiful. And you can see half a star here. The Victoire doll, I do technically still have in my possession, but I do think I'm going to sell or trade her. Again, same situation. It's just East 59th. I don't feel the need to have those dolls in my collection at this time, but this fashion is incredible. I love it. I'd love to see some more like, again, I've really enjoyed fashions from East 59th, so I'm really excited to see what's to come next from that line. The next giveaway doll is Elusive Beauty Poppy Parker. She was the giveaway at the Poppy Parker luncheon. She's the Poppy Parker sculpt, body type Poppy 1.5. Her skin tone is blush and her hair color is light blonde. So I had fully intended, I knew I'd probably be getting either a Poppy or a Poppy character like Ginger or something from the Poppy Parker luncheon. And I was gonna go with like just giving that doll away, like selling or trading. But I ended up really liking this Poppy a lot, surprisingly. This outfit is giving me totally Spies. I actually think this is a really pretty Poppy. She has the, what is it, Bergdorf Goodman screening, which is a very popular screening for Poppy. But this Poppy is really, really pretty. I like her. Something about her face in person, she is so striking. I've seen a lot of people interested in this doll nude. I did end up deciding to keep the doll and the fashion. I really like her. She redresses really well, and she's just a really pretty doll to have in my collection. So the next doll, giveaway doll, is Mirage Giselle Diefendorf. She is from the New Face line. She was a giveaway doll at the W Club luncheon at the convention. The sculpt is Giselle, body type New Face 3.0. Her skin tone is Hungarian, and her hair color is dark chocolate. So originally when they announced that Giselle was going to be our giveaway character, I was very underwhelmed. Giselle's not a face sculpt I'm like excited about. And then the original photos they put up at the event, I didn't like it either. Her dress looked like some type of denim material. But once I saw her in person, like the prototype, I was so impressed. And I think the photo on the right kind of gives you a good idea. But the dress is so vibrant in person. It really has this electric blue green color to it. It's so fun. And this screening on Giselle is actually really nice. Surprisingly, I was really surprised how much I like her in person. I also restyled mine with some gold scrunchy boots that I think really bring the look together. So yeah, I ended up keeping this doll and this look. I think she's very beautiful, and I'm happy for her to be the first Giselle in my collection. Okay, so now we are on the very last giveaway doll, and this was the like official convention doll. This was the doll given away at the like last dinner of the convention. This is Hibiscus Ameline. She's from the Fashion Royalty line. She uses the Ameline sculpt, and she's FR 6.0, skin tone Hungarian, and her hair color is a black and brown mix. This doll was designed by Jason Wu. It's based off of a design he made for MJ Rodriguez, which is an actress from Pose. And so, like, it's a doll-scaled version of that dress. I ended up selling this doll. I actually really wanted to add an Amelie to my collection. And I was excited when she was announced. But then once I got to see her in person, like, I intended to keep this doll. I wasn't in love with the dress, but I really liked her shoes. And I thought the coloring of the doll was kind of fun. But once I saw her in person, I just didn't connect with her at all. So I was like, I'd rather sell her. So that's what I ended up doing. I think she's an interesting doll. I think that Ameline Sculpt still has a lot of promise. Like, I feel like she could be an incredible doll. I think maybe she just needs a different screening or something. I'm not sure, because I really like her Netta Porter doll. I thought that one was pretty. But I'm interested. I'm still interested to see Ameline. Oh, and I liked her Celebration release as well. But yeah, this Ameline just wasn't for me. But cute doll overall. Okay, so now we are moving into centerpiece dolls from the convention. The first one we have is Monegasque Society Eugenia Perrin Frost. And she was playing a character... Monica Frost was the character she was playing. And she was the centerpiece for the welcome dinner. She's fashion royalty. The sculpt is Eugenia. Her body type is FR 6.0. Her skin tone is blush, and her hair color is deep red. So I ended up keeping this entire doll. And this doll has really, got me interested in the Eugenia face sculpt. I had seen photos of her before, and I thought she was pretty. She was fine. But after seeing this face in person, I was like, wait a second. There's more than I realized. I've talked about it before. I really want to repaint the lip color of my Eugenia. I think I love the eyes. I love the eye makeup. I love the red hair. It's just the lips being nude, it kind of gets lost on her face. So I definitely plan to repaint the lips of my Eugenia. But yeah, beautiful doll, and I'm really happy to have her in my collection. The next centerpiece doll is the centerpiece doll from the Poppy Parker luncheon. We have Bird of Prey Poppy Parker. She has the Poppy Parker sculpt. Body type is Poppy 1.5. Her skin tone is A-tone, and her hair color is Raven. So, in my opinion, this was the most simple centerpiece that we had at the entire convention. I think she's a pretty Poppy. I like the doll. I love the jacket. I think that's really fun. But the sequin jumpsuit just didn't impress me for a centerpiece. She honestly is kind of giving giveaway energy a bit to me. Maybe that's an unpopular opinion, but yeah, she just didn't give enough to be like a centerpiece doll for me. Now, Eugenia, she was also a little simple, but I like that she had like the removable draping. It was a really beautiful gown, but this one, I just did not like the main piece. The jumpsuit was just not it for me. So I did end up passing on this doll. The next centerpiece was the W Club Luncheon centerpiece, and this is Oasis Agnes Von Weiss. She is from the Fashion Royalty line, and the sculpt is Agnes. The body type is FR 6.0. Her skin tone is Hungarian, and her hair color is soft ebony. So obviously, this doll pairs extremely well with the Giselle. They're meant to kind of be like a two-doll gift set in a way. And I really like this Agnes. First off, I love that Agnes and Giselle are kind of giving... I'm not a Monster High collector, but I'm aware of the characters. And Giselle's really giving Cleo, and then Agnes is really giving Nephra, which I think is really cool. I love the skirt on this Agnes. It's so detailed with the different panels. And then you also have that top giving kind of like a mummy wrap design, just a little bit. And the purse, that scarab purse is incredible in person. So good. And most impressive, I'm not like a huge fan of Agnes. I think she could be really pretty at times, but other times I could take her or leave her. But this screening on Agnes is so beautiful, just dreamy. She looks so young and youthful, and I love the dark hair on her. She's just really pretty here, and I think this is one of the most gorgeous Agneses. So I do have her in my collection, and I'm very happy to own her. All right, here we are wrapping up the last doll from the convention, and this was also the last centerpiece doll. We have Regenesis Dasha as Annika Luxottica. She is from the Fashion Royalty line. The sculpt is Dasha, and she has the body type FR 6.0. Her skin tone is porcelain, and her hair color is cyber blue. So I'm actually a fan of kind of like fantasy characters, and this is obviously giving android cyborg fantasy. And she is just so detailed and so unique. It's not something I imagined picking up at the convention when I first arrived there, but I ended up really loving her. This faceplate that fits on her face, and then if you get the buildable accessory heart that goes with this doll, it's incredible with her. And all these removable limbs, like you can make her more human or more android-like. It's like up to you. It's just such a cool doll, such a cool concept, and it's just not something Integrity Toys releases often. This is the second release of this character, but I think this is actually an upgraded version of the original release. That might be an unpopular opinion. I know a lot of people love the original version. But yeah, she's very beautiful, really cool. I think her dress is fun, her different limbs, all of her accessories. She's just a really, really, really cool doll, and I'm happy to have her in my collection. So now we are moving on to another collection, and this was kind of like the finale collection for Vaughn, who used to be a designer at Integrity Toys for a really long time, and this was like his send-off collection. The first doll we have here is Gala Glow Up Zuri. She was a W Club exclusive pre-order, so anyone in the W Club who wanted her could get her, and the second doll as well. She was from the line Meteor. Zuri face sculpt, body type is a Meteor 1.0. Her skin tone is dark A-tone, and her hair color is auburn brown. So for me, I did end up passing on this doll just because I actually like the idea of this doll, but I just thought the price they were asking for her, and the doll was just a little too simple for that. Like, I love the silhouette of the dress. I love the ribbon going right up the cleavage. I think that's really fun and unique. There's a lot of pieces I like. I just feel like she needed more. Um, it's just she felt a little like something's missing. I don't know what it is. Maybe like some type of embroidery on the dress, or like a fur shawl, or a stole or something, or a jacket. I don't know what it is, but she just needed more to me. And also, I'm not in love with this screening of Zuri. There have been some really pretty Zuris in the past, but I just think this screening isn't great on the sculpt. So this one was a pass. So the last doll from this collection from Vaughn is Seductive Slay Navia. Again, she's a W Club exclusive pre-order. From the Meteor line, the Navia Fawn 1.0 face sculpt. She has the body type FR 6.0, which is really cool that they use the FR body. Skin tone is light honey, and hair color is dark brown mix. So I'm actually someone who, I don't mind the Meteor body. I think it's fine. But a lot of people are against the Meteor body, so I thought it was cool that this doll came in the FR body, so the fashion could be put on an FR doll if you wanted. I know a lot of people prefer the FR body. I really struggle with the Navia face sculpt. So like I said, the Jason Kramer Navia that we saw in part 1, that Navia I thought was pretty decent, but this Navia, I do not like her face at all. Like I'm so back and forth with this sculpt or the screenings. I'm not sure. I just think maybe she's not a character for me, because I did see this doll was actually pretty popular amongst collectors. I do think of the two, her look is more exciting. Like I love the wrapped top. I love her jewelry pieces. It still feels a little simple, but I do think it's actually really pretty. But I do not like this doll at all. Like the doll herself. I love the skin tone. I love the hair. I love how long the hair is. But the face, I just can't. I cannot do this face. So I did end up deciding to pass on Navia. Okay, so here we are with the Prismatica collection by True. The first doll we have here, of course, is the mascot of the True line. We have Adored Tulabelle True. This entire collection was a W Club lottery. For this doll, the sculpt is Tulabelle 2.0. She's on the Industry 1.0 body. Her skin tone is Japan, and her hair color is brown/dark brown mix. So I actually really like this Tulabelle. I thought the fashion was fun. I loved how reflective and shiny it was. I love those kind of like boots with the reflectiveness as well. This collection received kind of like mixed opinions. A lot of people, we were told that it was kind of like a Y2K line, but it's more of a modern line inspired by Y2K, which kind of gives it a different feeling. And knowing that, I understood it more, but I definitely was expecting more like true to Y2K fashion. But I actually did like this Tulabelle. I thought she was pretty fun. I loved the shimmery fabrics used in this. Basically, this entire line was pretty sparkly one way or another. I thought this Tulabelle's hair was amazing. I love this big wavy brown hair. Very pretty. And I thought about entering for this doll. I thought she would pair really nicely with my Stilettos Out Tulabelle. But I ended up deciding to pass on her. At this point, we were coming up towards the end of the club year, and I was like, I just need to save money, honestly. Like, if I'm not obsessed with the doll, I was like, I'm not going to go for it. So I did end up passing on this Tulabelle, but I think she's actually pretty fun. The second doll in the Prismatica collection is Three of Hearts Hollis Hughes. Again, she is a W Club lottery. The sculpt is Hollis. The body type is the Industry 1.0. The skin tone is A-tone. And the hair color is light pink. So this was actually my favorite doll from the entire Prismatica collection. I ended up not liking the fashion at all. Like, okay, actually, I think the bag and the socks are cute. But other than that, I was not interested at all in the fashion. But I think this doll is so cute. I love this, like, champagne pink hair color. I love bold makeup. I've talked about that before. I really love big, bold makeup. I think it's really fun. It really pops in the collection when they're displayed. But I was not interested in this fashion. And I could not find anyone who was interested in splitting the doll. Like, no one I could find was really interested in this fashion. So I didn't end up entering for her. I ended up finding a different doll in this collection to split. But I do think this doll is really pretty. I just wish I could have had this doll in the next fashion. All right, here's the third doll from the collection, and this is Bubble Up Lark Lawrence. Again, W Club Lottery. The sculpt was Lark. The body type is Industry 1.0. The skin tone is sun-kissed, and the hair is golden blonde. So this doll, I felt the exact opposite of how I felt about Hollis. This was my favorite fashion from the entire collection. I loved this fashion, but I did not like Lark at all. I was just not a fan. A lot of people are saying they saw Paris Hilton in this, like Paris Hilton from like the 2000s, and I totally see that too. Like, I really do. But I just was not interested in collecting this Lark, sorry. And I really wanted this fashion. So at the same time, when I was looking for someone to split Hollis, I was also looking for someone to split Lark, and I did find a friend who was interested in Lark, but not the fashion. And I was like, that is perfect. I want the fashion. I do not want the doll. So I ended up entering and did win, and then was able to split the fashion with my friend. So now I have this fashion, and I displayed it on my convention Tula Bell, and she looks incredible in it. I love it. I actually have a video on that if you're interested, but I love this fashion. It looks amazing. And yeah, if I'd had my choice, I would have put Hollis in this fashion, and that would have been the perfect doll from this collection. The last doll from the Prismatica collection is Precious Cargo. I believe it's Cabot or Cabo Clark. And again, W Club Lottery. The sculpt is Cabo or Cabot. The body type is Home 1.5. The skin tone is Hungarian. The hair color is light brown flocked. So with this doll, I actually was kind of back and forth. My first impression was I didn't like him, but I actually ended up liking him more. There's a photo of him without the tweed jacket, and I actually really liked it. And I thought those cargo pants were incredible, but I do not like the doll. I don't know. Like, the doll is giving very rugged, and the, like, outfit is, like, a super twink, and the two didn't match up for me. Well, it's like, they're two good ideas, but I don't think they blended well together. I just don't think he was a good model for this look. And again, I'm still undecided about male dolls in my collection. So I did end up passing on him, but I think he has some really fun fashion. So the last Poppy to talk about within the 2024 club year is Be Mine Poppy Parker. And she was a W Club Lottery doll. She was like a special little Valentine's Day doll. She's the Poppy Parker line. The sculpt is Poppy Parker. The body type is the Poppy 1.5. Her skin tone is blush, and her hair color is chocolate brown. So this was kind of like a mini gift set because she came with like 2 looks. But I was really surprised by the popularity with this Poppy. Because I was not at all interested. Again, I'm not a big Poppy person, but still, I didn't find this doll to be super interesting. I think she had really cool packaging. She came in like the box inspired by like the heart boxes with the chocolates in them that you see at Valentine's Day. I thought that was really cool and inventive. But the doll herself, like, my favorite look of hers was the red and white look. And that still read more Christmas than Valentine's to me. And also, I typically really like the base Poppies. Even if I'm not interested in a Poppy, the base doll, I can always admit, is really pretty. But I actually wasn't impressed with the base Poppy on this one. She looks really simple. Like, and some people love a really neutral doll because she's great for redressing and stuff like that. But I just felt her makeup was really simple, so this one was an easy pass for me, but some people were really excited about her and were able to get her. So, again, happy for the people who were able to obtain her. All right, so now we are on to the very last collection of the 2024 club year. And the last collection was the New Face Audio-Visual Collection. So this was the last collection revealed, like I said, and people were really excited to see it. A lot of people had expectations and things like that. We were teased at the convention that we were getting a new location coming, and most people were expecting that this collection would be that, and it was. So it was announced that the new location was Tokyo, Japan, which I was really excited about. It's a city I've been able to travel to, and I really love the city. So I was excited to see like where we were going to go with that. And the first doll is a brand new character, holographic Novi, sorry. And she was a dealer doll. She uses the Ayumi 3.0 face sculpt, which is still a sculpt that's really popular. Like Ayumi is a very popular character, so she's still an existing character. So it's interesting to see an existing character now share a sculpt that's still being used with a new character. I thought that was an interesting choice. But this is Novi. She has the new face 3.0 body, which I do believe. No. This is still the older new face body. Her skin tone is Nubian, and her hair color is sterling silver. So when this collection was announced, I was like, I told myself I'll get one doll from this collection just because, like, gotta watch the money and stuff. But I thought this character was pretty fun, but I also wanted more. Like, okay, I love the trench coat. I love the headphones. I love the Hime cut hair, which also it was said in the video. Here she looks very blonde. They said her hair is like a silver, the same color as silver variant of legendary status Agnes. So I'm really interested to see some different photos of her, honestly, because it looks blonde here to me. I think it's really interesting. Like I was saying, the trench coat, I like the headphones, I like the Hime cut hair. I think the boots are pretty cool. But the outfit underneath, I think I just wanted more because she's meant to be like a virtual pop star, very similar to Hatsume Miku. I believe I said that correctly. And I think they could have had more fun with it. Like, imagine a holographic mesh bodysuit, or maybe some of those circuit board paintings we saw with the convention Dasha, like some of those circuit boards painted on her somewhere or something. I just think there could have been more done with the idea of what the doll is. I'm interested to see another iteration of this character in the future. Like, I'm interested to see how far they can go with that idea, because I think the idea is fun. I just want to see it taken even further. But I did end up passing on this doll because there was another doll in this collection that I wanted to be the one I got. So here is the doll that I actually have. Well, I haven't obtained, but I've purchased and will be coming to me once she releases. And that is Angelic Sound Yuri. She was a dealer doll as well. Again, she is from the audiovisual collection. She has a brand new sculpt, even though she is a previously existing character. She's on the Yuri / Kumi 2.0 sculpt. Her body type is the new face 3.5. So it's that brand new face sculpt with the updated bust. Her skin tone is Japan, and her hair color is platinum blonde. So the reason I went for this character is, for starters, white is one of my favorite colors. So like this all white look, I was actually excited by. And two, I really, when we were announced a new location, I was hoping we were going to get South Korea and we'd get some like K-pop inspired fashions, think like Blackpink and stuff like that. I was super excited and I was like, ooh, I'd love to see that. And this doll actually is a bit of K-pop inspired. She's a little bit K-pop, a little bit Sabrina Carpenter, and I love that. She comes with a microphone. I love her boots and the little lace sock peeking out on top. I mean, I would have loved some like maybe stone tight or some fully lace, what do you call it? Tights or something. But I was really excited when I saw this doll. I was like, this is pretty close to exactly what I was hoping for. So I was like, I'm going to go for her. I'm going to get her. And I was able to secure her with my dealer. And I was, she's just beautiful. I'm so excited to get her and have her up in my collection. She's just so sweet and so cute. And she works as a good opposite to the next doll. Okay, so the last doll in this audiovisual collection and the last doll released in the club year was Demonic Strings Kumi. And she, again, uses the face sculpt, the Yuri / Kumi 2.0. She also has the new face 3.5 body, which is the updated bust new face body. Her skin tone is Japan, and her hair color is obsidian blue, which is a mix of black and blue. This doll was and this actually was not a dealer doll. This was a W Club lottery doll. So this doll right here is probably the most popular doll from this collection. I'll be completely honest. I think the sculpt looks better on Kumi than it does on Yuri. I think this Kumi is stunning, but she's just not something that I wanted, like, in my collection. I'm not looking for, like, super edgy doll, but she is, like, incredible. I came so close to entering for her lottery just to have the two halves of the twins. I ended up deciding not to enter, which I'm actually happy about because there's people who were dying to have her, and I would have felt bad getting her if I wasn't completely in love with her. She's really beautiful. The lottery was crazy. Everybody wanted her. She's more of like a J-Rock star. When we had like a soft K-pop with Yuri, we have the J-Rock with Kumi. So I love the dichotomy between the two. But yeah, she's very beautiful and a really, really stunning doll. She's already been very popular for people wanting her, and I'm sure once collectors have her in hand and we start seeing photos and stuff of her, she's gonna only skyrocket even more so in popularity. Really beautiful doll. I love all the lace and everything going on. Just incredible. Also, I love the complicated hairstyle. She has a very like braids and everything in her hair. It just seems like a lot of effort was put into this doll. All right, so similar to last year, I'm going to show this slide, and this is a collection of all the dolls or releases that I obtained within this year. It is a release that is bigger than last year because actually I can pull up last year's release, and you can see I've definitely increased the amount of dolls obtained compared to last year. However, most of them are from the convention. Like, basically, half of the top row and all but one on the bottom row are all from the convention. So, yeah, the convention really doubled the size of my collection, honestly. And again, the convention was a really special thing. I'm still sad we're not going to get it this year. More about the experience, less about the dolls, but the dolls are really cool too. I think this was a really strong year. If I'm honest, there was a lot of fun, different dolls. Like, a variety of taste in dolls were released. We had sexy, we had sweet, we had glamour, we had streetwear, we had a little bit of everything. However, I am going to mention this here. I've mentioned it before, but there was a lack of diversity within the releases as far as skin tones. I would hate for this to be a trend we see continuing. But moving on from that, again, I do think it was a really strong year with a lot of amazing dolls. I have added some dolls to my collection that I definitely consider to be like in the top 10 of my collection, definitely. I also am proud of myself because even though I did buy more dolls than I did last year, I was also much more selective with my purchases. And I can say that basically every doll in my collection I am very happy with at this moment in time. There are a couple I bought just for fashion, which you can see down below, like the East 59th doll, Constance, and I don't regret that. Hopefully I'll still be able to find a trade or something for those dolls later. But that is the end of this video. I would love to hear some of you guys' favorite dolls released from this year. If you watched part 1 and part 2, I really appreciate it. This actually took a lot more time than I thought because there were, I believe, 74 releases, 73 releases within this club year, counting the fashions. So it was a lot to collect all the information for, put it all together, but I hope you all enjoyed it. Also, I'd appreciate a like, comment, and subscribe. If you do enjoy this content, I definitely have more coming. As always, down in the description below, you can find my information such as my Instagram, which is his.dolls on Instagram. And I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye.